I don't know if you've heard this, but Beyond Good and Evil explained Afrophobia, apartheid, political tribalism, the ANC, and even modern relationships through one disturbing observation about human nature. Strike the monster while it is still a monster. Once you understand its pain, your hand will begin to weaken. That is from the book Beyond Good and Evil, and honestly, that might explain modern society better than most politicians, podcasts, or even relationship gurus that we see on YouTube and social media. Human beings need monsters, but this is not in a literal sense, but psychologically, because the moment you deeply understand someone or people, it becomes harder to hate them with certainty, and hatred needs certainty. That's why every era creates villains, monsters. During apartheid, black South Africans and the ANC freedom fighters were called terrorists, dangerous, uncivilized, and violent. Why is this? Because if oppressed people become human in public imagination, the brutality of the system becomes harder to justify. Even today, or the status quo shows that the pattern has never changed or stopped. Foreigners become criminals. South Africans become xenophobic or Afrophobic. White people become the colonizers. Right? And black people are called lazy in South Africa. Men become trash and then women become gold diggers. ANC supporters think the DA is evil. DA supporters think EFF is chaos. And EFF supporters think everyone else is captured. Everybody is turning everyone into a monster to justify why they attack them. Because monsters are emotionally convenient. A monster simplifies the way we look at the world. A human being complicates it. And social media has made it worse. If you have noticed, and I'm sure you've heard about this, the algorithm rewards outrage. Not understanding or a better understanding of the situation. Certainty is overlooked without nuance. Viral anger is rewarded by the old algorithm over reflection. And that is why people online no longer debate ideas. They debate based on identities, who you are, where you come from. You're no longer a person, you are a category. And once somebody becomes a category, empathy disappears, even in relationship. Right? Think about how people talk after a breakup. She's toxic, he's narcissistic, he's misogynistic, she's manipulative, he's insecure. And maybe sometimes that is true. But sometimes people are just wounded human beings trying to survive emotionally with tools they were given. The moment you understand your ex's abandonment issues, trauma, or insecurity, your hatred starts weakening. Suddenly, the villain becomes painfully human. And that's the uncomfortable truth Nietzsche was touching on. Humans or human beings often need emotional distance to maintain moral certainty. That is why propaganda works and is needed before wars to justify why you need atrocities against other nations, because you have successfully turned them into monsters. That is why tribal politics works. That is why racism works. That is why gender wars work. And that is why outrage culture works. Every monster or every movement needs a monster, because empathy destabilizes conflict. And maybe the scariest part about modern society is that we are becoming so addicted to outrage that we no longer know how to see humans or human beings beyond the monsters we have created. What do you think about this?